Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
Welcome to the Rainy Day Rabbit Holes podcast, your escape from the mundane.
Dive into the rich history of the Pacific Northwest with us and let your mind wander down the rabbit hole.
Because in the Northwest, it's always raining something weird. I am Shay.
And I'm Jody. Let's fall down the rabbit hole.
Jody.
Shay.
What is the one drink that you most associate with the Christmas or holiday season?
100%. It's eggnog.
Yeah, I think so too.
I start buying that in November. In fact, I had an eggnog latte I made myself this morning.
Oh, delicious.
Every time.
And you didn't offer me one when I came over?
I asked you, what do you want to drink?
Well, I didn't know eggnog latte was on the menu.
Yeah. I can make you one right after we record this.
Okay, after this episode,
Yeah.
you're going to have to make me an eggnog latte, and then I can
Will
put
do.
some of the spiked eggnog in it.
Yes, yes.
So eggnog, that creamy, spiced holiday treat, beloved by festive souls everywhere. But did you know that this seemingly innocent drink once caused a full-blown riot at the United States Military Academy at West Point?
Was there not enough for everyone?
The Eggnog Riot of 1826, or as it's sometimes called, the Grog Mutiny, is a real piece the Grog Mutiny, I like that one, is a real piece of history, proving that even cadets have their limits. But before we jump in, let's do a round of Would You Rather Holiday Edition.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Okay,
Okay, but I'm a little bit nervous. Go ahead. You give me hard ones.
Would you rather have to dress as a mall Santa every day from Thanksgiving to New Year's, complete with random strange kids and sometimes adults sitting on your lap, or be forced to eat nothing but fruitcake for all of your meals from Thanksgiving to New Year's?
Oh, I will definitely be a Santa Claus.
You don't like fruitcake?
No, I don't like fruitcake. And, the kids aren't scaring me.
But also there's strange kids and sometimes adults.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just be really unfriendly to the adults.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
You're Santa, though. You have to be a mall
I feel like
Santa.
actually the worst part of that gig would be the beard. My face would itch.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say something. I don't understand the hate for fruitcake. So my mom used to make a white fruitcake when I was growing up, and it was delicious.
Well, maybe that's the secret, is I've not had a delicious one.
Okay.
I love your mom's cookies. Maybe we need to call her.
I should ask her to make some
Introduce
fruitcake.
me to fruitcake. That's not...
She should make it for the beach trip.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to let her know. Today, I'm going to go see her. I'm going to let her know. She needs to make some fruitcake. It's her good fruitcake. Let's change everyone's mind on fruitcake.
Yeah, change my mind, Sherry.
That's
change
our
my
goal
mind.
this holiday season is change your mind. Okay. Would you rather have Rudolph's glowing red nose that you can't turn off, or randomly shout, "I find Santa sexy" every time someone says Merry Christmas?
Ooh, that is actually a hard one.
So be like, "Hey Joey, Merry Christmas," and you have to go, "I find Santa sexy."
I'm actually just going to start doing that. I choose that because I am now going to just start doing that.
You're at like a store and they're like, "Merry Christmas."
Well,
I'm like, "I find Santa sexy," and they're like, "What?"
I was just thinking I just started a new job. I'm just meeting people.
Yeah, your new job. They're like, "Merry Christmas. I find Santa sexy." They'd be like, they're either going to love you more or regret hiring you.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Well, it depends on the role of the person.
It's your supervisor.
Yeah. What the heck?
The owner of the company comes in.
Oh, gosh.
At the end of a meeting,
The CEO
and they're like,
is
"Bye,
my
everyone.
boss.
Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas." I find Santa sexy.
Actually, I think my boss would laugh at that, actually.
Okay, good. Then you might be working at the right place. That's what you want. You
Feels
want
like it.
A boss that has a
I've
sense of
only worked with
humor.
her like for a week, but I feel like she'd find it funny.
Okay, let's jump into the Eggnog Riot. Life as a cadet in West Point in 1826 was a regimented grind defined by early mornings, grueling drills, and a rigid adherence to discipline. Under the watchful eye of Colonel, again, why do we pronounce it Colonel
I
when
know.
there's no R in it? But that's another rant. I could go on. Colonel Sylvanus Thayer. We should bring back the name Sylvanus. You should have had your daughter name her son Sylvanus.
Oh, it's a boy's name. I don't know.
Known as the father of the military academy, the cadets endured a strict daily routine designed to mold them into model officers. Thayer was a stern figure with a sharp gaze, a man who valued precision, order, and moral rectitude above all else. Sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, somebody I want to hang out with, especially at Christmas time.
Oh, and pictures of him, he's just like, he looks so grumpy. He's got an RAB.
He's a miserable fella.
Yes.
And it's obvious.
He transformed West Point from a lax institution into an example of military excellence. But his insistence on strict rules, including a total ban on alcohol, left little room for fun. For the cadets, life was a daily grind, and as the last of the fall leaves were whisked off the trees, the bleak, cold winter began to feel like physical oppression, with no boozy Christmas party on the horizon to break up the monotony. So see, before Thayer came in, they were allowed 2 parties a year with alcohol, 4th of July and Christmas Eve. But the cadets really love to get crazy. I don't know if you guys know, but back in the 1800s, people liked to drink
More than now. I mean,
yeah, it was rowdy. And I guess after one really, really rowdy 4th of July, they were like, no more, total ban.
ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. So this is the first year of no booze on Christmas Eve. So as Christmas approached, the icy winds off the Hudson River did little to brighten the cadets' spirit. The holiday season, meant for merriment and warmth, felt more like just another stretch of monotonous days. Alcohol possession and drunkenness were strictly prohibited and could lead to expulsion. Not that the rules have ever stopped a teenager from getting their party on.
Yeah.
Desperate to inject some festive cheer into their dreary lives, a few cadets hatched a plan to blow off steam. What began as a harmless attempt at rebellion on Christmas Eve soon spiraled into chaos, unleashing a series of events that no one, not even the vigilant Colonel Thayer, could have anticipated.
Boom, boom, boom.
But before we jump in, let's blow off some steam with these ads.
Today I'm a sound effects machine.
Thank you. I need that.
This holiday, BMW has reunited 3 members of the family at the BMW Road Home Sales event. The Agile X3, engineered for any adventure. The plug-in hybrid X5, commanding the streets with unmatched presence. And the all-electric i4, charging into the future with impeccable performance. Hurry in to find what powers your journey at the BMW Road Home Sales event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit Valley BMW Center today for attractive lease and finance offers.
Kroger Delivery makes it easy to do your holiday shopping in a jingle. There might be a lot on your to-do list, but thanks to Kroger Delivery, you can get everything you need delivered straight to your door at the same great prices you'd find in store. Our refrigerated trucks always ensure that your groceries arrive fresh. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order of $75 or more and get free delivery with a Boost membership. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
If you are already a patron or supporter of this podcast, we raise a glass of eggnog to you. Thank you for your support. It helps us to pay the ongoing costs of making a podcast. And if you want to access awesome bonus content like this on a monthly basis and get brownie points towards whatever afterlife you subscribe to, along with better looking skin and stronger nails, will you consider throwing us a couple of bucks a month? For just $3 per month, less than a cup of coffee, you can become a member of the Spreaker Supporters Club and get the bonus content with limited ads. If you don't want any pesky ads, plus bonus content and more perks, consider joining our Patreon. For just $5 a month, less than the cost of a Starbucks eggnog latte,
Definitely less.
Yes, you can get all of that plus our undying devotion. And pictures of Jody's boobs.
No.
Sorry, she still
She
won't
keeps
let me.
offering these things. Shay, I'm in my 50s.
I don't know. There's still some good-looking knockers. Hey, I'd pay $5 for a picture of your tatas.
Hey, maybe that's what I should be doing. So much easier.
Think about all the money you could be making. You don't even have to put your face in there.
No one will even know they're mine.
Exactly. Look, you could put little Santa hats on your nips.
Oh my gosh. Jingle bells. And then I could do
Yes. Oh, with a little bell on him, and then
the
they
little
so
jingle bells
festive.
on them and do the jiggle. People can't see me right now.
I'm seeing it. Thank you for the show. People thought this one was going to be family friendly. They were wrong.
We ruined it again.
Before we dive deeper into the chaos, let's take a moment to appreciate eggnog's roots. Eggnog traces back to medieval England, where a drink called posset, a warm mixture of milk, eggs, and spice, alcohol, typically wine, brandy, or sherry, was added as a preservative and to keep spirits high, pun intended. The alcohol and heat would curdle it, giving it a thicker texture. It was really popular amongst the aristocracy because these ingredients were expensive. Over time, as the drink made its way across the Atlantic to the American colonies, it evolved into the boozy holiday favorite we know today, with the substitution of rum. Because brandy and wine were heavily taxed, rum was much cheaper because it came from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
When the supply of rum was cut off due to the American Revolutionary War, Americans turned to whiskey and bourbon as a substitute, and in poorer areas, moonshine. Even George Washington was a fan, crafting his own famously strong recipe featuring rum, brandy, and sherry. Ready for that recipe? Here you go. Everybody, write it down. 1 quart cream, 1 quart milk, 1 dozen tablespoons sugar, 1 pint brandy, half pint rye whiskey, half pint Jamaican rum, and 1/4 pint sherry. The recipe instructs cooks to mix the liquor first, then separate yolks and whites of eggs, add sugar to beaten yolks, mix well, add milk and cream, slowly beating, beat whites of eggs until stiff and fold slowly into mixture. Let set in cool place for several days. Taste frequently.
So I love eggnog, as we've already discussed, but I'm trying to figure out, as you've described this, who thought like drinking eggs was... That sounds disgusting as you're talking about.
Or warm, like alcoholic milk.
Milk, yes.
As I drink alcoholic milk right now.
Or it's not hot though, right?
Well, it would have. I would have heated it up. No.
Could have taken it in.
So you know what Newell's told me it's called? Well, really, she said this applies to Irish cream in your coffee, but I think we could apply it to alcoholic eggnog as well. In Ireland, they would call it devil's milk.
Devil's milk.
I'm into it.
I love devil's milk in my coffee
I
in the
do
morning.
too.
Anytime I go out for breakfast, I get some form of devil's milk.
Do you?
Yeah. I'll get something in my coffee.
Oh, nice.
If it's a drinking place.
Okay, yes. Back to West Point, New York, in the winter of 1826.
Burr.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Right.
Before electricity. Ugh.
Ugh.
No hot showers.
Nothing. You'd have to be like right near the fire. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Ooh, I wonder if back then when they did their like weekly bath or whatever they got, if they had to share bath water too. Like how many people had to share bath water before fresh water would be brought in? Because you have to boil it all,
All these
warm it up. Otherwise, you're taking a freezing
hormonal
cold.
men.
Teenagers. Sorry. Okay. The students at West Point were determined to have a Christmas Eve party. Rules be damned. They began preparations on December 22nd. Across the Hudson River was Martin's Tavern, and William Burnley, Alexander Center, and Samuel Alexander Roberts procured 2 gallons of whiskey that they smuggled back into their North Barracks room to add to the gallon of rum from Benny's Tavern that Cadet Lewis had also obtained. Other cadets helped out with party planning by stealing bits of food and other ingredients for eggnog from the mess hall to bring back to the North Barracks. Things were going to get wild. On December 24th, Cadet Nathaniel Eaton and Captain Ethan Allen Hitchcock.
Whoa.
We owe furniture to.
Or movies.
or movies.
Yeah, all of it.
Were in charge of security at the North Barracks that night. Colonel Thayer had warned Hitchcock that the cadets might be up to shenanigans, but Ethan Allen, I just want to call him Ethan Allen. He has many names, but Ethan Allen is
I have
great.
a cousin whose name is Ethan Allen.
Do you?
And then a last name that's different. That's his middle name is Allen.
But Ethan Allen had a very comfortable bed to get to. I mean, because of the furniture. And soon the two in charge of security had drifted off with visions of sugar plums in their heads. There aren't a lot of details about how they made up the eggnog or if there was non-alcoholic eggnog already made up for the Christmas Day sober party, but soon that eggnog was spiked and the party was underway. Things were getting louder and louder, and around 2 a.m., Cadet Charles Whipple, who was the division superintendent that night, heard loud singing coming from the North Barracks room number 5. He told the 8 rowdy cadets off and went back to bed. Around 3 a.m., Ethan Allen made rounds, but apparently didn't find anything amiss because the kids were hiding the booze under blankets and went back to sleep. But as more and more students showed up to the party and got drunker and drunker, things began to get out of control. By 4 a.m., the kids were so loud that it woke Ethan Allen back up, and he found 6 drunk cadets and 2 who had passed out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say passed away.
They just gone to sleep.
I mean, there's egg things, there's alcohol things.
Right.
You don't know.
I know, you've got eggs sitting around unrefrigerated, but I guess it is winter. He told them off and got the 2 sleeping kids back to their rooms. After a stern telling off, he went back to bed yet again. But now, drunken hackles were up. James Barron and Billy Murdoch began to rage against Captain Hitchcock, and an intoxicated plan began to form. Between 4:30 a.m. and 5 a.m., Captain Hitchcock was woken up several more times by the revelry. He wandered the halls, finding several broken windows and 13 more drunken cadets in a room. One of the party animals that night was Cadet Jefferson Davis, the future president of the Confederate States of America.
Oh.
Davis was well known for his fondness for booze. He had already been arrested when Captain Hitchcock found him at Benny's Tavern, but wasn't expelled due to his prior good behavior. In August of 1826, he was trying to get back to his campus after a drunken night at a tavern and fell into a 5-story deep ravine. Just came out of nowhere. His friends thinking...
It wasn't there this morning, I swear.
Right? His friends, thinking surely he was dead or terribly injured, yelled for Davis into the darkness. But he had his booze angel protecting him, much like lots of drunk drivers.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Oh, good grief. He landed softly in the snow.
Yep. Well, it was August.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Softly in the dead leaves. I don't know. Just after Captain Hitchcock discovered the 13 drunken cadets, Davis burst into the room. So this is right after Hitchcock was already in the room. Davis burst into the room yelling, "Put away the grog! Captain Hitchcock is coming!" Not realizing that Ethan Allen Hitchcock was already there. Sorry, I just have to say his name over and over again. Hitchcock arrested Davis and then read the cadets, get this, the Riot Act. Yeah, this turn of phrase actually comes from a real thing.
Oh, wow.
The Riot Act of 1714 or 1715, a piece of British legislation which declared any group of 12 or more to be unlawfully assembled.
Oh, wow.
And it's still held place in a lot of the American colonies. So the Riot Act, reading somebody the Riot Act is actually reading them a piece of legislation.
Had no idea.
Isn't that crazy? I never knew that either. Thinking that the party had now been squashed, Ethan Allen Hitchcock went back to his room. But at this point, the party had gone on too long. And as parties that have gone on too long, what often happens is things took a turn for the worst. The cadets were now so drunk that they were enraged and started throwing sticks and rocks at Hitchcock's door. One cadet drew a pistol and shot into the room.
Wow.
Other students grabbed swords and guns.
Oh, my golly.
Because at this time,
Did
swords
I just say,
were...
oh, my golly?
You did. Are you from Little House on the Prairie?
I had the kids over last night.
Oh, my golly.
I'm in kid mode.
Other students grabbed swords and guns and began rampaging through the halls, threatening to kill their party pooper superiors. Thornton was knocked out. The main rioters tried to recruit other students, but no luck. Soon, cadets that had not been drinking joined in the effort to restore order, but it wasn't until Major Worth had been summoned that the riot was finally squashed. Mornings at West Point typically started out at 6:05 a.m. when the reveille was sounded to wake the cadets. But on the morning of December 25th, the revelry was accompanied by gunfire, glass breaking, students shouting profanity and threats, and cries of pain.
So the party was still going.
Cadets in the South Barracks, who had slept through the whole thing,
Oh, wow. They weren't invited?
no, woke to find chaos and were appalled. Some of the North Barracks cadets kept on drinking, and others showed up to their morning parade formation despite being totally drunk. It's just chaos right now. The riot finally wound down by the time chapel was called after breakfast.
Chapel.
And now the hangover. Yeah, there was
We're going to go for
there were 2 hours of chapel after breakfast
So we're going to go straight from a riot
to church.
to church. Seems appropriate.
And they're all still drunk or hungover. Around 70 cadets were involved in the riot, including the future General Robert E. Lee. The damages
Wow.
to the academy were estimated at $168.83, which is around $5,800 today. 22 cadets were placed under house arrest on December 26th, and on January 26, 1827, court-martial proceedings began against 19 of the
Wow.
students and 1 soldier. 167 witnesses were called, and the proceedings lasted until mid-March. All 19 defendants were found guilty and sentenced to be expelled. However, 8 were saved by a recommendation of clemency, and 5 even ended up graduating. But it wasn't the end for even the expelled students' military careers. Benjamin Humphreys went on to be a Confederate Army general and the governor of Mississippi. Samuel Alexander Roberts went on to be the Secretary of State in the Republic of Texas. 53 other cadets received lesser punishments. The soldier, Private John Dugan, was sentenced to 1 month of hard labor and forfeited his whiskey ration for the same period.
Oh, consequences.
I know.
Fafo.
So, next time you're drinking eggnog at a holiday party, become my favorite thing, an insufferable know-it-all, and regale your coworkers with the tale of the Eggnog Riot of 1826 and the history behind this seemingly innocent drink. Let's raise a toast to the West Point cadets of 1826 who took their holiday spirits to chaotic new heights. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
Clink.
I also want to take a moment to express gratitude on today, Christmas, to all of the people who have made this last year so memorable. I mean, first off, Jody, that's you.
Hey.
Hi. My bestie.
Yes, bestie.
And you've made this all worth it.
Oh,
Some days you're
Thank
my reason
you.
to get out of bed.
wow.
No, that sounds really, that's me being hyperbolic.
Okay, thank you. That felt pressure.
No, I jump up at like 5:53 every morning at that time for some reason. And I never have a hard time getting out of bed. I'm usually just pissed off that I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine, I guess I'll go get coffee. But mornings are also really nice because that's usually when I wake up to a message from Newell's.
Aw.
And speaking of Newell's, host of Ireland Crimes and Mysteries, she has become really, really close to me. And even though we've never met in person, she's really special to me. So thank you, Newell's,
Sweet.
for being a good friend. And next, Stephen and Laura of the Midday Musings podcast. We circled into each other's orbit on social media, and it has blossomed into a whole new partnership with the Umbrella Podcast Collective. I can't wait for what 2025 will bring. So please, everyone go to check out the shows under our umbrella at rainydayrabbitholes.com/umbrella. Give them a little love, a nice review on Apple, and a nice rating on Spotify. And I also want to thank our Patreon supporters like Letha, Doug, Alicia, Matt, and Veebs. Your support means the world to us. Really, it makes us feel so happy that you care enough to throw a couple bucks at us, which really helps us pay those podcast bills. And if you haven't yet messaged me your address, please do it, and I'll send you a couple of stickers. And finally, I want to thank Chris at Pretty Gritty Tours for being awesome, letting us come on tours, coming on the show, giving me a tour guide gig, and looking forward to working with you more in the new year.
Very nice. Well done, Shay.
Thank you.
Thank you from me as well to all those folks. It's been a wonderful year.
Well, for the podcast.
For the podcast.
Personally, we've had
Yes.
some trials and tribulations. So the podcast has been nice to turn to.
Yes. Yeah.
have this to look forward to, something to work on to keep yourself busy.
This is the joy for the year, actually. Yeah. It's been great building relationships. And what a surprise to meet so many great people and have them, they've just become so valuable to our lives.
Yeah, it's really, I feel like added a layer of richness. It's like adding whipped cream or custard on top of your life.
Your crusty life.
Exactly. Or like, okay, I'm not a big pie fan because I don't like pie crust.
I love pie. Oh, and that's the best part.
It's a dry and weird.
Oh, not if it's made right.
Most people can't make it right. Only my Aunt Charlene makes it right. And I know my Aunt Charlene doesn't listen to this, but if she ever did, or if any of my family who talks to Aunt Charlene says, I missed your pie crust, Aunt Charlene, and I miss you.
It's about the cold water.
It's cold everything and not mixing too much because that makes it tough. Anyway, it's whipped cream. Whipped cream makes pie worth eating. Anyways, that's what the podcast has been, especially when we've been having tough personal times. The podcast has been something that we have that we know is there that we can turn to and kind of escape in, because we can be like, I have to research this history thing and I can just focus on that and not focus on the things that are hard. And so it's been lovely, and it has given me a deeper appreciation for the place we live as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we get to go to do fun things like visit the Washington State Archives, visit the Washington State Historical Society, we just went on a very fun Pretty Gritty Tours event where he talked about the holidays in Tacoma, and I laughed so hard I thought I was going to pee.
Right. And had that, he had a wonderful musical guest.
Yes.
Victoria. I don't remember her last name.
I don't either. And we met people from the Fort Lewis Army Museum.
Yep.
And yeah, it was fantastic. So anyways, but thank you everyone. Hope you have a happy holidays. If Christmas isn't your thing, I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a good time.
Wait, is it just Merry Christmas where I'm supposed to say, I think, or is it Happy Holidays? I think Santa's sexy.
And on that, see you down the rabbit hole. All right, this is the Eggnog. This is our December 25th episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Wednesday is a Christmas. And so I thought it'd be fun to have a Christmassy episode. That was fun. And I quizzed my brother on what he thought I should do, and this was what we came up with. So this is not Pacific Northwest, but it is Christmas. And it is 1800s. So it fits.
If it's two of the three.
Right.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
Kroger Delivery makes it easy to do your holiday shopping in a jingle. There might be a lot on your to-do list, but thanks to Kroger Delivery, you can get everything you need delivered straight to your door at the same great prices you'd find in store. Our refrigerated trucks always ensure that your groceries arrive fresh. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order of $75 or more and get free delivery with a Boost membership. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.